Aloha! How you doing there, folks? Joe and I, we're here together again, and Joe has brought me a whole box full of, what do you think, huh? Horse turds? Nope. Little mangoes. This is Mangofera Kasturi with a C. We call it Kasturi with, I don't know, with a C or with a K. Doesn't matter. Kasturi.
That's it.
Okay, good. Anyway, so what we have here is a mango. It's almost black in color. I mean, really, it's pretty ugly.
I've heard it called blue mango by some people.
Yeah, it makes sense. One of the unique features of this plant is you have heard Bill talk about rain-proof mangoes. Well, this is one of them, all right? And this is one that we know exactly what the species and the origin is on it. This one will grow on the east side of the islands over here. The flowers apparently tolerate our local rainfall, unlike the South Indian mangoes that need a Mediterranean climate or have to grow in Kona. So, it's a little guy, but it's tasty. We've had this before. It's in the first. Although Joe warns me that around the seed, there's a lot of hair. So so it's a little bit like sucking on a Brillo pad, I guess, if you get too close to the seed. Huh?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just fillet this. In that case, off the seed pit.
Sort of hear the fiber as you slice through it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as filleting a trout. You just follow along the side of the pit or along the side of the rib cage there, and then of course you do the Hawaiian waffle here where you cross hatch and go like that, and then it all pops out. There you go.
Thank you.
Well, I got quite an aroma here. Wow. So before I go anywhere, I'm going to start using my nose on this thing. Let's see. Oh wow. Slightly resinous, terpene, carrot-like almost, a little bit. Yeah, there's a carrot-like terpene in here. That's interesting. Wow, it's got a lot of vitamin A, right? Whatever, maybe this is what vitamin A smells like.
I think this one might be a touch underripe because the flavor's a little different than I'm used to.
But wow, that's a serious heavy peach tone that came up through the middle of that.
Yeah. Really
heavy peach. Man. Huh. Well, I'm on a stone fruit roll today. Yeah, the last one tasted like plums. That's so peach.
Yeah, it's a nice flavor.
Yeah.
I think this is the best of the rain-proof jungle mangoes that I've had.
No, I'm happy with that. That's peachy.
And the fiber is not too bad if you just stick to this part, right? A little bit of fiber, but...
All right, so I got to check, though. I got to find out how bad this is. Just tell me you can't eat that part, and I'm going to see what happens.
Okay.
All right, let's see what happens here. Joe says I'll be using a vacuum cleaner on my teeth for at least 7 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Not too bad if you suck on it.
Yeah, just juice it and squeeze it out.
Yeah. This part is a whole lot like a soursop.
Right? Yeah. Oh, it's still got good flavor.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Hey, you want to do this again?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Wow.
I love these. I've already planted a few trees.
Yeah, I had some in the nursery from the last time you brought these around, but I got a feeling that somebody talked me out of the tree. That happens, Somebody says, "Oh, you got one? You got a Kasturi?" Yeah, I do. Okay, sure. I was gonna plant it, but for you today, you could have it for $50.
Boy, if only these were a little bigger.
Yeah, that would help, but
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is.
It's like mango sweet.
Lots of sugar, yeah. Not overly acidic at all. It's got a good texture away from the pit. No fiber out here, really, not much. Yeah, low in fiber on the sides at least. Now this one is not as peach as the last one.
Yeah.
The last one was very peach.
I feel like the other one was a little less ripe than this one, so maybe that peach flavor is
less ripe.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. So, just in case you've been on the coconut telegraph around here, and you probably heard people tell you can't grow mangoes on this side. it is true that most mango breeding programs were all based on mangoes that came from the southern part of India, where they have a Mediterranean climate, which that doesn't necessarily mean that they're in Italy. It means that you have part of the year with rainfall and part of the year without rainfall is what that means. And so they're clear, concise, wet and dry periods. Kona has that. And because the other side of the island, it will rain at one time and not at another, they can manage to flower the South Indian mango over there and get a bloom. Now, I know Joe and I spotted, what was it? Was it last year? Yeah, it was. February last year, 2019, right? Yeah. That it didn't rain during most of that month. And because of that, South Indian mangoes that were in Hilo actually did flower, and there was some fruit. Quite a bit, actually, when you drove around town and saw it. But for me, that was the first time I've really ever seen much from mangoes on those trees in Hilo. So over on this side, we need mangoes that come from jungle, wet climates rather than Mediterranean climates. Yeah. And that's with these. Mangoes that come from Indonesia, mangoes that come from Java, and from down in that area of Asia as you start to head into Polynesia. Micronesia is where you get mangoes that the flowers will tolerate the rain and the mangoes will grow over here on this side of the island. The sad part of it is that nobody has really done any breeding programs that I'm aware of with these fruits, not at least in the U.S. they haven't. And so the fruits are pretty much as you find them, in the forest. Pretty much the same way you find them in the forest, unimproved, and so kind of small.
There was reportedly a breeding program going on in Florida at, I think, the Fairchild Institute down there. We're trying to cross a few of the different jungle species, odorata and all that, with indicas and produce an anthracnose resistant strain, but I haven't heard any results out of that program. Yeah.
Well, that's the other problem with tropical fruits, sadly. That people ask me, well, how come they don't do breeding and so on? Well, it's because the United States is a temperate country. Yeah. we grow apples here, and it's like, okay, so Hawaii and American Samoa and Guam and Puerto Rico, and Florida Keys, Homestead, Florida, and maybe down around around San Diego. You have climates where you can work with stuff like this. But that's about it, and that's really a small area. So it's not surprising that we have no banana breeding programs, or, there is breeding programs with Dole over pineapples, but that's because they're an American company that grows a tropical fruit, Anyhow, so there's the story on the mangoes. I'm going to have a few of these trees in the nursery, and you're not going to talk me out of the last one this time. And so we will have some of those around in the future for anybody who's interested in a rain-proof mango. Aloha. Thanks for coming by, Joe.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we'd be wearing masks, except we're eating fruit.